First off, thanks to everybody that has subscribed to this YouTube channel. And if you have not done so, you can just hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell to get notices when we do have new videos coming on this channel. We really appreciate it. Wanted to get into the preview for the Unified Heavyweight Championships. On December 12th, we got Anthony Joshua defending the WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight championships against Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev is the IBF mandatory challenger, and he has been at that position before, but at one time he had to pull out due to an injury to his shoulder, and that is why Anthony Joshua back in October of 2017 defended against the next rated contender Carlos Takam, where he was able to score a TKO victory over Carlos Takam. But since then, we all know about what happened in June 1st, 2019 at the Madison Square Garden, where we saw the upset of Anthony Joshua as he was stopped by Andy Ruiz Jr., and then you had the rematch on last December where Anthony Joshua was able to score a clear, unanimous decision win to regain those unified heavyweight championships. So he steps into this particular fight with a record of 23-1 with 21 KOs. Kubrat Pulev has a record of 28-1 with 14 KOs. His lone loss was back in 2014 against Vladimir Klitschko for basically the same heavyweight championships that will be on the line on December 12th. So he's had a string of wins since then against likes of Derek Chisora, Samuel Peter, Kevin Johnson, Huey Fury, Bogdan Dinu in his latest fight against Rydell Booker, which was a unanimous decision win against Rydell Booker. But this is, of course, a considerable step up to facing Anthony Joshua, who has, defeated the likes of Alexander Povetkin, Joseph Parker, Vladimir Klitschko, and Dylan White over the course of his professional career. And I mean, we know about what may be in store for Anthony Joshua if he does score the win over Kubrat Pulev in 2021. You do have a possible undisputed heavyweight championship fight that could be on the horizon by the summer. It was kind of like verbally agreed to between the parties of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, but you also do have the WBO mandatory that may have to be honored, and that mandatory challenger is Alexander Usyk. So, if Anthony Joshua does get past his fight against Kubrat Pulev, he may have to face Alexander Usyk, who has the intention of activating that mandatory clause under the WBO. But back to this particular fight, you do have, Anthony Joshua there, 6'6" with an 82-inch reach, going up against Kubrat Pulev, who is 6'4" with a 79.5-inch reach. We do know about the performance from Anthony Joshua in his rematch against Andy Ruiz Jr., where he basically jabbed Andy Ruiz over the course of 12 rounds and kept his range against Andy Ruiz. Did give him a right-hand message near the end of that first round, and after that, you really didn't see much, coming out of Andy Ruiz Jr. over the course of those 12 rounds. So you may see that Anthony Joshua may look to take advantage of the range that he has, or the reach advantage that he has over Kubrat Pulev. But even with that, I mean, Kubrat Pulev is there, like I was saying, with the record 28-1 with 14 KOs. He was, able to stop Bogdan last March, but he's had a few decision victories. Did have the split decision win over Derek Chisora back in 2016, but with the exception of the fight against Bogdan and against Samuel Peter, which was back in 2016, you really don't see Kubrat Pulev there getting KO wins against his opponents. It's been some time since he's had strings of KO wins against his opponents, but you may see something from Anthony Joshua where he may want to kind of like pick up the pace against his opponent in Kubrat Pulev. Pulev is not really known for, I guess, being very fleet of foot, number one, or having fast hands, number two. I think that was the part that Anthony Joshua was kind of like, surprised at a little bit when he fought Andy Ruiz the first time, was how fast Andy Ruiz's hands were. And being able to be within range of Andy Ruiz gave Andy Ruiz an opportunity to, stun Anthony Joshua. And that's what happened on June 1st, 2019 in Madison Square Garden. But here against Kubrat Pulev, you probably won't see that coming from Anthony Joshua to allow Kubrat Pulev to get that opportunity to, be on the inside. And if he does get on the inside, that Anthony Joshua will make the adjustments to kind of like land power shots to hurt Kubrat Pulev and then eventually stop Kubrat Pulev. That's what I feel will happen in this particular fight. Anthony Joshua will be able to stop Kubrat Pulev. I think it will be within the range of round 6 to round 8. I think that it will be Joshua that will wear down Kubrat Pulev from rounds 1 to round 5, and then be able to land more power shots from rounds 5 to whatever round that will have it to the point where Kubrat Pulev is really hurt, and he either gets knocked down or basically stopped. Now, when Kubrat Pulev did fight Vladimir Klitschko back in 2014, that was a KO win for Vladimir Klitschko. And we kind of like seeing what Klitschko was able to do in that particular fight, the hit and hold style and that type of stuff, until he was able to hurt Kubrat Pulev to eventually knock him out. In this particular fight coming up on December 12th, you're going to see Anthony Joshua kind of like be more active with his hands. And I kind of feel like he's going to show that he's going to be on the lighter side of, I would say that 240-pound range or something like that. I would say, around probably low 240s. He may be around like that 237, which he was at in the rematch against Andy Ruiz Jr. So I think he's going to be coming in there, a shade lighter, not going to be really bulky like it was against Vladimir Klitschko or against, Alexander Povetkin, or in the first fight against Andy Ruiz. When he's kind of like up there in the high 240s, then he really can't, use his hands to really get off a lot of his offense. So I think that he's going to be more towards the lower side of the 240s, or maybe, like I said, in that high 230s in this fight against Kubrat Pulev. And if he's around that 237 to 242 weight range, then you're going to see a lot more activity coming out of Anthony Joshua in his fight against Kubrat Pulev. But like I was saying, I got Anthony Joshua getting a stoppage win within round 6 to round 8 against Kubrat Pulev to move to 24-1, defend those unified heavyweight titles, and then we see what happens with them in 2021. That is the preview for Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. You can share your thoughts on this particular video here with the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the Boxing Source YouTube channel. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this video, and we will get at you next time. Peace out.